Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to imagine you're on the open sea on a merchant ship traveling towards the next port where you can get rid of your merchandise. Everything's going smoothly, but suddenly the sky begins to darken. The sea starts getting choppy, and all of a sudden you see tentacles come out of the water. You've heard the legends, you've heard the stories, but unfortunately there's nothing you can do about it. You're no match for the might of the Kraken. Fortunately, this is just a tale. The Kraken is actually the German word for octopus, a unique, intelligent creature from the sea. It is one of very few non-mammalian creatures that is capable of problem-solving skills and using tools of its own body to do what it has to do. It is why I dubbed this the enigma from the ocean. Science has studied this creature for many, many years and is one of the main reasons that we still continue to study marine biology. Because we're just so curious about this animal that we want to learn more about it. The curious appearance of these octopi are rather odd compared to most fish, and is not one that we really find in the ocean. But one of the main body points of the octopus is 8 tentacles, a large head, and these strange segmented eyes that look sort of like keyholes. The brain is actually located around the upper mantle and over the eyes. This helps the octopus if it needs to get out of something quickly or it needs something worth quick reaction time, because there's less time that the brain needs to think about what it just saw. Deep down in the mantle you have most of its bodily organs, most of the things that it needs to survive. Down below the eye is the air vent, which it uses for jet propulsion. If it needs to get out of something fast, then it can do so by using the air vent, which pushes it away quickly. Down lower you have the tentacles. There are 8 of them, and they are all lined with suckers. These help it to trap its prey or whatever it needs to do. Say it crawls on the ocean floor, they do that frequently. In between each tentacle there is a membrane that helps it to trap prey even more so if it is a larger prey that would have a chance of getting out. And under all those tentacles, there is a beak made of pure muscle, but is able to bend steel. At varying depths, the octopi look different. This one is perhaps the most curious looking octopus. It is known as the Dumbo octopus, and I'm sure you can see why, with the large ears, the trunk-like air vent, and the rather funny looking tentacles. Octopus vary in size at any length of the ocean, but mostly in the coral reefs they are found as very small, and in open oceans such as this one over here, they are preposterously huge. Octopi are mostly measured from the tips of their tentacles to the top of their head, but they can also be measured in terms of tentacle to tentacle. The most notable species of the octopi are the blue-ringed octopus and the red giant. The red giant is also known as the Pacific giant, and you can see why it is the largest species of octopus known to mankind. And the blue-ringed octopus is the most venomous. It is actually the 4th most dangerous animal in the world for its venom, and there is no known anti-venom. I'm sure you all know how an octopus can defend themselves. They have their obvious inkjet, which releases from their air vent. Coincidentally, this comes with a plus, because as it's spraying with ink, it is also jetting out of there very fast. They can also camouflage in with their environments. They can change into any color, whatever that may be. They have an inconsistent body, which helps them to squeeze into very tight crevices that no predator would be able to get them in. And also they are able to lose a limb at will and simply grow it back later with absolutely no damage to the octopus. There are special defenses that some octopi have. These types of octopus, the mimic and the umbrella octopus, or cloud octopus, are capable of deceit. The mimic is capable of mimicking 12 poisonous animals, ranging from the lionfish to the sea snake to the crab and a bunch of others. The cloud octopus is capable of deceit in that it can go into a complete stealth form, and in that time it is holding this membrane over its head. Now that membrane is lined with a bunch of fleshy spikes that if a predator would try to get at them, then they're just going to end up with a bloody mouth. And I'm sure most of you understand what sharks do if they smell blood in the water. Another special defense that an octopus can have, as well as offense, is its poison. All octopi are poison, but of course the blue-ringed octopus is the most deadly. The blue-ringed octopus is capable of releasing a tetrodotoxin, which is what it's called. I'll just call it venom for you. That is capable of killing a human in less than 1 hour. It is capable of paralysis, and there's, like I said, no known anti-venom. There are a lot of fun facts about the octopus. I can imagine you guys like this coconut octopus, so I brought it back up again. The coconut octopus, as well as all the other octopi, are very materialistic. They actually like things that shine. If they have something glowing in the water and you're snorkeling with, say, a necklace or coins coming out of your pocket, I don't know why, but I suggest you hide them quickly because the octopus is going to want them. All octopi have a separate personality that shows when it shines a different color. If it is this dark shade of red, then it probably doesn't mind your presence there, and it really won't mind whatever you do. It's just going to do what it's doing. If it's a tan, as you can see it is right down there, and probably growing outward, it doesn't want to be around you, but it doesn't really hate you. It just doesn't want to be around you. It's like most fish. And if it is a bright red, then it's probably just not going to care at all. It wants to eat something. Bright red is their color of hunger. Now, what about all these stories of the Kraken? You saw all those cute little octopi, and now what about these huge ship sinkers of folklore? Well, scientists have studied a lot, and they found that there is no species of octopus that is large enough to sink a ship, much less do any real damage to a ship. Nobody really knows why, but the fact of the matter is, it's just a myth. A myth that has gone on for way too long, and that people have been overestimating with cinema and pop culture and all that other fun stuff. But then what was it? Was it the Leviathan? The abyssal sea monster from down in the very bottom of the ocean? Yeah, sure, that one would be big enough to sink a ship, but guess what? That one's not real. So, no, it doesn't exist. Then why have so many ships sank, especially back in that time where, you know, there were so many sailors, so many pirates out in the open sea? Well, there's a simple explanation, folks. Bad construction, bad crew, and bad conditions all lead to the same thing. A failed boat. Thank you.